Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Excuse me. Okay, so we had the undercard for the AJ Helenius fight that's coming up on Saturday, and star of the show, well, just my opinion, star of the show was Mr. Derek Chisora, who has always been eccentric, to put it mildly, and talks a load of gibberish frequently, but he excelled himself with a perfect blend of absolute away with the fairies nonsense and complete sense, common sense. He has no filter. He made remarks to Eddie Hearn about being paid and, you know, a few other things, and he alluded, well, didn't allude actually, he was explicit about the whole drug situation, the whole PED situation, and he actually said something that I think is, I've been saying it for a long time, and I think it really summed everything up, because he did talk quite extensively, and when he was being serious on those little moments, he talked a lot of sense. And he said about PEDs, he said, look, the fighter very often doesn't know what's going into their body. They have strength and conditioning coaches, dietitians and so on. Those people are part of the team. A fighter is not an expert in every single so-called illicit substance or anything that will fail a test. It might not be a PED, you can fail a test without it being a performance-enhancing drug. And he said that if people are busted, they should get a 10-year sentence, a 10-year ban rather. Okay, first offence 10 years, sounds harsh, but okay, we can debate that another time. But he said the people who are equally culpable are the team. And I've said this for ages and ages. You know, I mean, even the Conor Benn thing, I think Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn and everyone concerned with that farce handled it very, very badly, certainly in terms of public relations. But Conor Benn's a kid. Did he really know what he was putting in his body? I don't think so. You know, it's possible he did. It's possible he cheated. I get it. It's possible he was privy to it. But it's equally possible that he just took something and you're hiring people to look out for you. Otherwise, what's the point of having them? You're hiring quote unquote experts in nutrition, who I would assume are going to read up on what they can and can't put into a fighter's body. And they should be held accountable. They should be equally culpable, just as the fighter is. So I absolutely agree with Derek on that point. With regard to Derek himself, he came across, and I know he's always been eccentric, but he came across as, how can I put this kindly? He came across as being past the point where he will have problems later on in life neurologically. He came across as a guy who's taken a lot of punishment in his career. I mean, I've known fighters who have had hard careers, nowhere near world class, but they're just, you know, journeymen or area champions. And yeah, you can see the difference in them. They slur their words, their memory is full of holes, and it looks to me like Derek is getting to that point where he's probably got to that point, and it will get worse later on in life. I don't think there's any doubt. Listening to Derek, watching his mannerisms, looking at the way that he sometimes loses his train of thought, I don't think it will be any surprise if later on in life he will have quite serious issues, and that's a real shame because he's such a brilliant servant to boxing. And what is he in? Who's he in there with? Gerald Washington, a big 6'6" guy who's going to no doubt land a few punches. It's not going to end well. I mean, he'll probably beat Washington, but Washington himself has 5 knockout defeats in his last 7 fights. So, Derek, you imagine if it's a grueling 10-rounder and they're putting miles on the clock. And by miles on the clock, I of course mean every mile on the clock is paid for with brain cells. So, I don't know. I think it's a sad thing. But anyway, go and have a look at the press conference. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. What do you think about Derek? What do you think about his comments about PEDs? Do you agree with him? If not, why not? And yeah, I'll answer your questions. Thank you as always for your time. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button if you don't mind. It helps the channel and build up Joe Stunner Boxing. I appreciate you a lot. All the time you give me, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.